Is it? Are we able to put it on the Google Classroom?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, so it's
Sure,
just
sure,
here.
sure. No problem.
So how is the speed of the internet in the Philippines?
It's not good.
It's not good, right?
It's not good.
Especially, I would assume because the school is a public school.
But
It's like a poor school.
actually not so well.
Mhm.
I'm thinking I need to open this one. So they can see you can move in.
Okay.
Say hello to them. They can see you now.
So it's active. It's live
yeah,
now.
here.
It's live already right now.
Yes. So right now they can see you. When I say start, we still have 2 more minutes before officially they got your voice.
Mhm. Oh, so actually
And then-
now they can't hear me.
Yeah, just like this one.
Okay.
Yeah, they can hear you. No
Okay. They
problem.
can hear me.
So you can put your slide on, and then your screen is here.
Okay.
So you want to minimize the
Mhm,
clickers one. And
Okay.
you want to put that reloading that, just open that
Okay.
one.
Thank you, sir.
And then your slide is here. The slide is here.
Thank you. Well, hello, everyone. While we're still waiting, if you want to open in your browser, okay, so the song Just the Way You Are.
The way you are, okay. It's just the song.
Okay, so
The way you are.
Yes.
That's the last week's song.
Yes. So we'll just sing. We'll all sing together again, this song.
Everybody need to singing with you.
Yeah, it will be great. Just let's just have fun, just to sing.
好，现在我们还有拖1分钟哈。各位如果觉得画面的文字比较小，把你的滑鼠动一下，然后在黑框的电视下面有一个叫全萤幕，电视黑框下有一个全萤幕。当你把全萤幕打下去的时候，你就可以把字放大。可是当你放大的时候，右边的文字好像就会不见了，就是我们正在 talk 的文字啊。现在2点钟。已经有一些进来了，没有关系，人数越少，你得奖的机会就越大。那我刚从菲律宾回来，我到菲律宾大概礼拜2到礼拜5，我在那边待2、3、4、5 ，OK，I stayed there for 4 days。那因为 Jan 他在那里有介绍我去一个3个学校。那这3个学校，我们免费帮他在线上。那因为他们是弱势群组哈，所以我们就到那边去跟他们教程式语言。然后回来以后，大概我们会有6周的程式语言，我会在线上教菲律宾的小朋友们。那这是透过台湾的一些组织、民间组织的哈，透过台湾民间组织的媒合。It was John that he asked me to teach the computer informatics skill in the Philippines. So I say yes, why not? So I went there. We have already printed the computer language course, just like cloud computing. And also, we will teach them the Scratch language. So now it's your time. John, it's your time starting from now. You can start.
Okay. Well, a pleasant good afternoon to everyone. Okay, so good afternoon to everyone. I'm really...
ask them to respond if they can hear you. Say yes or
yes. Can everyone hear hear me clearly? Please just type OK right now. So please just type OK. So we can check whether everything is okay with the system. Okay, so please just type OK. So can everyone hear clearly?
Yes, I got some okay here.
Okay, good. You know, I was really happy to see last week. I'm trying to look for the videos that everyone just posted. I noticed everyone was just posting different kinds of songs. So it was as if even Professor Wynn was having a contest with some of you who can post like some of the oldest songs that you know. Okay, so I saw quite a variety of songs from last week, and I'm really glad that I hope from last week's discussion you'll be able to just apply those different strategies that we talked about, how you can properly use music, okay, as part of your class. Now, just an energizer, I hope to invite everyone. Let's sing just the way you are. Okay, so we'll sing the song together. If you can, please just open on your browser. Okay, so please just open in your browser. Okay, just type there just the way you are, and then lyrics. Okay, so just type there just the way you are, and then lyrics. Okay, so we'll all sing together. So I'll give you a signal. We'll do like a short introduction. Okay. Oh, 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 oh. Sing with me. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, everyone sing again. Oh, 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 oh. Sing with me. All right. Oh, her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Yeah, I know, when I compliment her, she won't believe me. It's so sad to think that she don't see what I see. But every time she asks me, do I look okay? I say, okay, everyone sing together. When I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. Again, when I see your face, sing, when I see your face. There's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. Okay, So even though I couldn't hear you sing, but I hope you just sang along, with the rest of the class this afternoon.
Okay, this is that way when we big hands for the singer. So we say pop pop pop. Okay, that's the way we clap or applaud for the singer.
Thank you.
So everybody, please do that. And then today around 2:30, we will have another visitors from the Philippines. We will discuss with Professor John, and they will talk something about the culture between Taiwan and also the Philippines.
Mm-hmm. So
The last week I stayed there for 5 days, and I met Ethan. Ethan is right now online. You can see her name on the list of the screen on the right hand side of the screen. So starting, you will talk about today's class.
I will do that in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just want to review some things. Okay, just to throw some questions for all of you to think about. Okay, so let me just show you some questions, some reflection questions. So as we talked about using music last week, I want everyone to just reflect on, if you can think of, I know all of you teach different subject matters. So some teach mathematics, for example, some teach social science, some teach natural sciences, biology, chemistry, or physics. I want you to think of, what are 3 to 4 English songs? So I want you to think of, what are 3 to 4 English songs that you think, okay, might, be appropriate for your area. Okay, so 3 to 4 English songs. And then, I'll be very happy because I don't really get to see, everyone. Okay, I know that, the teachers in this group, you come from varied, backgrounds. If you can, do type, okay, do type in our forum, do type. So let us say you teach social studies, okay, social studies. I will be very happy if you can type there social studies, your subject area, and then give your suggestions, the 3 to 4 English songs that you think are appropriate. Or if you teach mathematics, okay, wow, it's challenging, mathematics. If you can think of English songs, okay, that are appropriate for mathematics. Okay, so I'll be very happy if you can type it right now in our chat group, our forum, so that the other teachers can see. Okay, so you can give these suggestions to the other teachers as well. So, for example, for mathematics, there's this there's this song that I remember. I forgot the title, but it has like numbers to it. Like 1, 2, 3, dun, 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 dun. I'll try to check the title of the song, okay? But right now, if you can give suggestions, so math, what are these English songs that you can suggest? Social studies, what are the English songs that you can suggest?
They do have some name here, says Rhythm of the Rain.
Okay.
Rhythm of the Rain. But I think for the English songs could be a little easier, but want to relate it, quote, to their subject.
Yes.
It could be a little difficult.
But
it doesn't matter. Just mention the name of the English song you can think about.
Yes, if you can think of any. Okay, so do give those suggestions so that the other teachers in the chat group can just learn from your suggestions. Okay, and some other reflection questions I want you to think about. So earlier I played the guitar, and last week I mentioned that playing an musical instrument. It's a tool that you can use, just like when we go inside the classroom, we have different teaching tools. I want you to imagine yourself, what kind of teaching tool, okay, or specifically what kind of musical instrument can you use as a teaching tool, just to motivate your students, and whether you are willing yourself. So like what I said last week, for me, I prefer the guitar because it's easy to just carry along, especially if you're moving from one classroom to another. Okay, so think of, just reflect on it. What kind of musical instrument? Is it a drum? Okay, a Congo drum. Okay, so think of what instrument would fit your class. What kind of instrument can you use, as a teaching tool? And then third reflection question, how can you develop higher order learning? How can you make students, use music, use the songs, lyrics, the words that they see, the lyrics, how can you use it as a form of a literature? Okay, so these are some questions I want you to think about, okay? But right now, in the next 5 minutes, okay, before I close this topic, before I close the topic, I encourage everyone, please ask me questions. So please send me some of your questions, okay, so that I can answer your questions directly related to our previous topic, okay, which is, music. So before I move on to our new topic, okay, so please, in the next 5 minutes, please ask me questions. Okay, we're checking if there are any questions. I'll be very happy if you have any questions.
So you want them to bring up question now?
Yes, please. Okay, so please ask some questions. So in the next 5 minutes, I hope to be able to address your specific questions related to the use of music.
Someone here, he says, how well, I have a song by ABBA. It's easy to sing and meaningful. Okay, that's good. I have a dream. Oh, okay.
So this is the Mamma Mia, from the Mamma Mia movie. So in fact, you can even combine it. Okay, you can combine it. You can also ask the students to watch the movie Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia. How do you spell that?
Mama.
M-A-M-A,
and then space, and then Mia, M-I-A.
M-I-A, Mia, Mamma Mia.
Yes.
What is that?
It's a famous movie.
And talking about?
It talks about this young girl who wants to leave, an island. Okay. So it's based. It's actually a musical. Based on ABBA's songs.
Okay.
So it has that Mamma Mia, and also the song Dancing Queen.
Yeah. And then you want them to bring up the questions, is that got to be the song or things like using the song in the classroom?
Yes,
you want to say that clearly about what kind of question they want them to bring up.
So do ask me, questions related to the topic last week. If you have any questions. So regarding the topic that we talked about last week. So whether it's about the app, the Smule. Okay, are there any questions?
Learning apps and strategy. Today's topic.
No, that was last week.
Last week. Topic.
Yeah.
Okay. Learning apps and strategy for improving listening and speaking skill through English songs.
Are there any questions you'd like to clarify?
Any question?
Okay, if you're okay.
Also, one more here.
Okay, let's see.
How can we learn from the lyrics of a song which grammar might be not 100% perfect? You know, last
Yeah.
week when you teaching this song, I'm thinking about the same question.
Yeah.
You know, normally or generally, they just fit in for the melody or the not so long enough for the song.
Sure.
I think not accurate to fit in our teaching grammar.
Sure. So this is there are two ways to address this particular concern. Okay, so the first is to just look at how literature, how songwriting or literature doesn't always follow grammatical rules. Okay, so how songs don't always fit in terms of our conventions, our rules for grammar. Okay, so especially when we talk about grammar, grammar are strict rules. Okay, especially if it's formal grammar, and so we can try to identify now, point out differences in what's called genres. Okay, so differences in terms of these songs as a form of literature compared to formal academic writing, for example. Okay, so that's one way to tackle it. Okay, so for example, the song last week, we have this word in the lyrics. It's shining. Okay, but the correct spelling is shining with a G. Okay, so that will really happen. So which also means, as a form of lesson in grammar, we can compare now. Okay, we can compare. Okay, the sentences. Okay, the sentences that can be found, sentences or phrases that can be found from the songs, especially if there are grammatical errors, and compare it now to how a more grammatically correct sentence would look like. Okay, so students can they can compare what's the correct grammar. Okay, if we're talking about correct grammar usage in academic English, compared to how the artist, how the lyricist formulated the phrase or the sentence. Okay, so that's one approach. As another strategy, you can actually ask the students to highlight, circle. Okay, they can highlight. You can give them a song wherein you think there are certain grammatical errors, and you can ask the students to circle or highlight these grammatical errors. Okay, so that's another strategy that we can use to just address that particular issue about grammar in songs.
There's one more question. She says that before singing the certain song, will you explain the meaning of new vocabulary to the students?
Okay, now as far as doing it, either deciding whether to do it before or after singing the song, I think it's entirely up to you. Okay, so it's entirely up to you as a teacher. Okay, it helps. Okay, if for example you show the lyrics. So this is before singing, actual singing. You just show the lyrics, okay, and then you actually discuss each vocabulary word. Okay, so here, if you follow this particular strategy, okay, it's like you're trying to make sense of each word first, and then because if the students can understand each word, then we're assuming that it will be easier for them to understand now, let us say, the phrase or the sentence. Okay, so it's a strategy. Either, it's up to you as a teacher, whether you want to do it before or after singing the song. Okay, so as long as, I think what is important is when we talk about explaining the vocabulary words, we just have to be mindful whether are we spoon feeding our students. Okay, so are we spoon feeding, meaning are we just explaining everything to the students, or is it part of our strategy, let us say, part of our strategy that the students can actually look up the meanings of the words by themselves? Okay, so this is very important, okay? Because if you are doing your class and you're using, you're using songs, if you have a computer laboratory, or if you have access, if the students have access to their mobile phones, for example, I know high schools, they collect the mobile phones of the students, because if you have access to those technologies, then the students can have a more proactive activity wherein they actually search for the meanings of the vocabulary words, as opposed to the teacher explaining everything. Okay, so I hope you see the difference. Okay, so one style is the teacher explains, okay, the meanings of each vocabulary word, that maybe these are the key vocabulary words. Okay, on the other hand, as another strategy, whether the teacher provides a worksheet, or the teacher, identifies certain words, writes down certain words, and then the students have to look up the meanings of the words. So this other example, the student is more proactive. They're not just passive listeners. So they have to actually search for the meaning of the word.
There are two more questions.
Okay.
The first one asking for some songs might have terms of slang or sexual words.
Okay. These are yes.
So will you explain that detail to the students?
Okay. Now, it depends on, actually, it really depends on a lot of factors. Okay, so let us say, if you want to discuss something about, Western culture. Okay, so Western culture, and even, the differences between, let us say, formal English, differences between formal English as used, let us say, in the academic or workplace setting, as opposed to, English as it is used in an everyday conversation within Western culture, U.S., Western culture. Okay, you can in fact use certain songs, rap songs, songs with those kinds of themes that you identified, as part of your discussion. Okay, as part of your discussion, in highlighting, U.S. culture, U.S. subculture. Even I wouldn't generalize it as, the entirety of, U.S. culture. It's a subculture. Okay, so you can even, so let us say, you want to discuss some things about Black culture. Okay, the subculture of Black people. Okay, then you can choose songs that relate to this particular topic. So it's a matter of, I think the main consideration is, what's the topic really? Okay, what's the focus? What's the subject matter? And it will probably be much easier if it were a social studies class, wherein you talk about culture, you talk about cultural differences. Okay.
Okay, give you one more question, but you got to answer that in 3 minutes because after 2:30,
Oh,
we
yeah.
were talk with a beautiful girl in the Philippines,
Okay.
and you will ask her some questions,
Mhm.
and she will ask questions back to you.
Yes.
And in that, I hope that our learners online can try to understand the communication skill of the conversation.
Mhm.
So the more question is how to choose the proper songs for students.
Okay. Okay. How to choose the proper songs for the students? Um, I think the first step that you will have to determine is, okay, have an overview. Okay, have an overview of what's the different topics, subjects. Okay, so topics, subjects that you're going to talk about. Okay, in your class for a particular semester, for example. Okay, now, so once you've determined, okay, what are your topics? So just quickly now, okay, you can type on Google. Okay, so you can type and search for songs. Okay, you can search for songs based on themes. Okay, so just type this particular keyword. Okay, so let us say, songs about. Okay, so I hope you can see that. Okay, so you will be able to the keyword is songs about when you do your Google search. Okay, so type songs about. Okay, so depending on the different subject matter in your class, okay, then you do the Google search. So songs about, so let us say we want to, it's a class about numbers. Okay, so songs about numbers. Okay, so when you type that, songs about numbers, you will have some suggestions of songs that has, in the lyrics, some form of number. Or let us say it's a topic about songs about family. Okay, so you will see there, okay, even, okay, specific topics, songs about family love, family problems, family memories. Okay, so once you have a suggestion of songs, so here are, for example, 15 songs about family, then your task, number 3, your task as a teacher, okay, is to review, okay, so review the lyrics, review the songs, and then from there determine whether which song or songs might be most appropriate to your class. Okay, so then you determine whether, okay, will this particular song, because my class, it's about family, but specifically it's about daughters. Okay.
Oh, that's a good way.
Okay, so now review the lyrics and then also review if the lyrics perfectly fits what you intend for the
Just
class.
using the keyword searching
Yes.
on the internet.
Yes. So
Okay,
just
now
use
the
keywords.
time is 2:30. We still have some more questions here, but I will let you answer them
Later
after
on.
our
Yes.
interview.
Yes.
Okay, later on. You want to tell them what is this?
Oh, I will do that later, sir.
No, that they will keep online. They will keep in line.
Okay. This is this is one of the products that we import from Turkey. Okay, so it's a sunflower oil. So it's natural, 100% natural sunflower oil. It has several certificates, ISO, SGS, US FDA, and you're lucky. Today I brought 4 bottles, and we're giving 4 prizes to lucky winners later on. Okay, so I encourage everyone, to keep on participating. Just ask questions, and later on we'll have a raffle again. Okay, so we're giving out 4 of these sunflower oils?
I got to bring them all here.
Oh, let me help you, sir.
Okay. Be very careful.
Yes.
Don't drop it.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will call to the beautiful girl in the Philippines. I will call her now by line. Ethan, please take it.
Hi,
Hello.
Ethan. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Jen.
Yes,
Professor
hi.
Wen.
How are you today?
I'm doing okay. It's
Okay,
Saturday.
that's good. That's good. So, good thing you don't have to work today.
No.
Okay, that's good.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, but let me just check if the students can hear you clearly. Okay.
Sure.
We'll just test whether your sound is coming in correctly. Yvonne, can you just introduce yourself, please?
Okay. Hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Ethan, and I'm currently work in the Philippines as a social worker to help children and families living in poverty.
Okay. Okay, that's
Yes.
great.
In brief.
Yeah. So how long have you been living in the Philippines?
1 year and 3 months.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Jen, the song that you just introduced it earlier, Just the Way You Are.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you were listening.
I used to be part of a cappella group in Taiwan, and then that song is one of our favorite songs that we sing almost all the time.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
And this is an a cappella, what do you call this? It's not just it's not just a university a cappella group. So it's really a performing a cappella group.
Yes. Amateur, but we still performing in public.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. So you're a great singer then. I should feel shy because I'm not really a singer.
No, you are. Okay.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
Yvonne, do tell
Yes.
me, okay? I was just wondering because I know you lived in the US before.
Yes. I
Okay.
did.
Yeah, you lived in the US. Can you share with us, some of your positive and even negative experiences, in comparing and having lived in the US and then eventually in the Philippines?
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your questions. Actually, I have lived in 3 countries. One is New York in US, and then second is Cambodia,
Oh,
and then
wow.
the third is the Philippines.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
So I spent 2 years for my master's degree in the US. I think I will go with negative experiences first.
Okay.
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 So we won't scare people off. Okay, so the first thing I experienced is actually discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
The US eventually still like white dominant.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the culture. So even though most people are friendly, but sometimes I still experience in subway or when I walk back home at late night, people will say something bad to me or try to attack me.
Oh, wow.
But it happened very few, only one or twice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is
So
in New York. New York.
In New York,
Yeah.
yes.
Because I would think that New York was, New York is a very multicultural city.
It should be. but that's what I expected. But actually, somehow still, I have to say discrimination is still happening. And I think wherever you go, even when you go to a very safe country, you still be
Sure.
still be very cautious, and then just protect yourself. Yes.
It will still happen. Yeah, wherever you go, there will always be that experience.
Wherever you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what happened in US and also Cambodia and the Philippines. And of course, I miss home. That's also some one of the negative experience. Is because when you live far away from home and I didn't get much chance to see my families. So I miss them, and also I miss the food in Taiwan.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think the third one is language barrier.
Okay, so language barrier.
When I was in the US, of course at the beginning when I just arrived, my English is not that fluent, so it took me a few months to get used to the environment, to get understanding what other people say, and also let other people understand me.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So these are negative experience, but I think my positive experience overweight my negative ones.
Sure.
Okay, so the first thing is because you get to live there, you're not just traveling or you follow the tours. I am able to really explore the new culture and people. So because I have met different people, so of course my mind is widened, and then I am able to talk to many people, to share about my experience, because sometimes people are interested in what I have experienced.
Sure.
And the last one is I get to learn some new skills.
Oh wow! Okay.
Which I didn't get a chance to learn it when I'm in Taiwan.
Okay. What do you mean by new skills? Okay.
For example, cooking.
Okay.
To take care of myself, so I have to cook for myself. And then if the pipe is broken, I have to fix it, and something like that.
So you're all around now. You can also do plumbing aside from cooking.
Plumbing?
Yeah, you know how to fix broken pipes.
Oh, yes. Oh, plumbing. Yes.
Okay.
But sometimes the skill is just to call someone, to reach to someone who can help you.
Yes. Okay, to just look for the appropriate person.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'm curious. Your English is really very good. Can you share with all of us, what were the strategies? What worked for you? What were these strategies and practices that you did just to help you improve with your English skills?
Okay, so thank you very much. First, I didn't like English that much in my high school, when I was in high school, because at the time my teacher demand on perfect grammar and prepared for tests, exams, and then I failed many times. So I really hate learning.
Wow, it doesn't show. It doesn't show that you were that kind of student.
I didn't enjoy it, to be honest. So when I went to college, I think at the time English became a tool for me to explore a new world. So it's not just a language only. It's a tool to help me learn something that I never learned.
Okay.
in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, for example, although I'm a social science background,
Mm-hmm.
my major is in social work.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow I'm interested in astronomy.
Oh, okay. That's really very different.
Yes, so I can listen to podcasts, or there's a website
Mm-hmm.
called Earth and Sky, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned many knowledge, the very basic knowledge from the website and also their podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that's a key
So I
word.
get-
Fun. Yeah, fun.
Yes. So I think that's the key element that kind of triggered me to learn more English in order to see the world. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then that's the second thing is I always look up to dictionary. It's in English to English dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Oxford Learner's Dictionary.
Okay. Okay.
So I check the meaning through this dictionary, not through like English Chinese, because sometimes it may have some bias, like when it translated into Chinese.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I check the meaning and also check the pronunciation to make sure that I can pronounce it correct. And then when someone's talking to me, I can hear it correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Now, Yvonne,
Yes.
I'd like to ask, two questions. Okay, so how did you get to know, Professor Win? Okay, so how did you get to meet him? Okay, and then number two, can you tell us more? What was the goal of Professor Win when he was in the Philippines? Can you describe
What was
further? What was the goal? What was the purpose?
Oh.
Yes, the purpose.
Okay.
Yes, when he was in
Okay,
the
the
Philippines.
purpose.
Yes. So how did you meet each
Okay.
other, and what was the goal and the purpose of his visit to the Philippines?
Okay. How did I know him? It's quite a long story.
Mm-hmm.
So make the long story short, we met through one association from Taiwan called EduConnect.
Mm-hmm.
So these associations' goal is to coordinate the cooperation between Taiwan and the Philippines
Mm-hmm.
through higher education.
Mm-hmm.
So Professor Wen got this chance to visit the Philippines and also visited the 3 schools that she just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And those 3 schools are located in community,
Mm-hmm.
the poor community.
So it's a poor community. Okay.
Yes, marginalized communities.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by? Can you explain further? What do you mean by a marginalized, and what's like a poor community like?
It's an informal settlement area, meaning people there, they don't have a formal houses.
Mm-hmm.
So they may just build their home, their house by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then they don't own the land.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the people living there are disadvantaged.
Okay.
So they get less chances and less opportunities compared to the other families in Metro Manila.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the area, the community is one of our organization help targeting area.
Okay.
And
okay.
then we are there to support those children to study, to maintain them in schools.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's how you met Professor Win. So he visited that particular community.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, can you tell us more? What is it like, to just work with the students in that community? How are those students, similar or different from Taiwanese students?
Sorry, the internet is a bit weak.
Okay. How would you compare? So the students that Professor Win worked with, the students he met, how would you compare those students with Taiwanese students?
Oh, okay, I see. I will take an example.
Mm-hmm.
So in Taiwan, although there are still many poor families, however, like students in the Philippines, they struggle with their daily diet, meaning maybe they don't have enough food to eat,
Mm-hmm.
and then they struggle with transportation to schools, even though public school are free to, to students in the Philippines, but they have to pay their transportation in order to get to school, but because their families are poor, so they cannot afford the food and daily transportations. I think that's a very like basic needs for everyone, especially for child.
Okay.
Yes.
So the school doesn't provide, like here in Taiwan, there's free lunch. Okay, so students have free lunch. How about in the schools in the Philippines?
There are no free lunch.
Okay.
Sometimes some schools do, but depends on if they have resources or if the local government supported them. So not every school have.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What else? Differences can you identify between Taiwanese students and those students Professor Win worked with?
Okay. The thing I just mentioned are basic needs. Like their food, their transportation. So you can imagine those students living in that kind of environment that lack of many opportunities. So because they don't have enough food, they feel sleepy in class, or sometimes they just skip class. They don't go to school.
Okay.
So you can imagine after years, after they graduate from schools, and when they look for a job, the thing is how many chance for them to find a job that can like change their family's life. Should be very little, right? Because these children are not, they didn't get proper education. Maybe they skip the school in order to earn income, make money for their own families. They have to beg on streets, or they have to sell something. So they are unable to concentrate themselves on their studies.
Okay. Wow. Now, life in Taiwan, I always tell students, and whenever I share, life in Taiwan is, almost perfect. It's very comfortable. It's very relaxed. What made you decide to go, whether to Cambodia or to the Philippines, where life is, much more difficult? Why do it?
Why?
Yes, why?
I think this question is so among my ability to answer. I think it's because of political or also historical issues.
But why did you decide to go leave Taiwan? Yes.
Okay, so when I was in high school, my dream is to help people.
Oh, it's really your dream ever since then. Okay, to help people.
Yes, but there are many ways to help people. For example, being teachers, you are helping people. And being a doctor or being many jobs or career are actually helping people. But at the time, I chose to study social work.
Okay.
So
Okay.
after I graduate from school, I start working at this foundation, and yeah, that's why I'm here in the Philippines.
Okay. Do you feel happy with what you're doing?
Yes, I'm very happy, and because I observe most people living in very difficult situation, I'm very thankful with my life, with what I have.
Okay.
Do you have any question you want to ask, Jen?
Okay, so since you are the Filipino who works in Taiwan, so what is your experience like? As I know, you may not be able to speak Chinese, right?
Yeah.
And so what's your experience? Do you face any challenges in Taiwan?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges is it's because I don't really speak Chinese. Okay, so my life is very limited. So I don't really go out that much. I just go to work, go home, and go to 7-Eleven or Family Mart. Okay, so my movement is really very limited. But as far as general experience, life in Taiwan is really very comfortable. So like what I always say, it's almost it feels very perfect, to just be in Taiwan.
Yes.
好，那 Even 那个哈，
Yes.
你要不要用中文讲一下？因为我们线上都是老师嘛，哈，你要告诉他们英文到底有多重要。如果我们要走进国际社会，他们现在所教的学生应该要注意哪一些重点？
那个就是学英文吗？
对呀，我也不知道。我觉得你很不简单呢，一个人孤零零的在那里为台湾。其实你是从台湾拿一些经费到菲律宾去帮助弱势嘛，对不对？对呀，我刚好有这机会，我也很高兴有机会能够协助那边弱势的小孩。所以英文呢，我是觉得你英文学那么好，好像你是雄女毕业嘛，哈。
对。
好，那
公开我的那个个人资料。
不，雄女毕业是在高雄是很光荣的事，因为我怎么考也考不上，我这一辈子永远考不上雄女。那要不要告诉他们英文到底有多重要
？OK， 好，我觉得台湾真的是有非常多的专业，那这些专业其实可以贡献到就是国际社会的。那其实像温老师有这样子很多年的电脑背景，然后来到菲律宾就是他们这边的一块宝。那我觉得除了就是这种电脑专业背景之外，其实还有许多不同，像什么护理啊，或者甚至教育。我觉得在菲律宾教育是非常，他们是有一个断层的。当然好的学校很好，但是弱势的学校是真的很缺乏。所以我觉得台湾有这么多好的专业知识，那其实英文只是一个工具。
它上面有问题，你有看到吗？有人问出来的那个柠檬红 ，How to learn English in elementary school in Philippines, not in Taiwan？ 他们那边的人怎么学英文
Hello, Yufan, can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello? Let's call back again. Okay, give us a minute. The line dropped. Okay, we'll just call Yufan again.
断掉了。Sorry for the disconnection.
I think it's from my side.
Alrighty. Okay, I give you 5 minutes. For 5 or 4 minutes you discuss because 4 to 5 it's 3 o'clock.
Hello, Yufan? Every time that happens,
Something wrong here.
yeah, something wrong.
现在网路线好像有
when
点
the
问
message
题，
appears and
我
then
不
she
知道
uses-
原因是什么。
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. Hello.
Hello.
OK,
Yes.
interpret. 好，你继续说好了，我们给你差不多4分钟。OK。
I think
Okay.
you'll have to ask him.
I think I finished covering everything.
OK，那小孩子在台湾要怎么学英文喽？跟你一样认真一点。
我觉得怎么样让他们觉得有趣是很重要的。
怎么样让他们觉得有趣？各位听好哈，因为有趣是学习的重要因素，但小孩子都觉得背单词很没有趣呢，跟你以前一样。
对，就是看他的兴趣在哪里吧。我觉得如果当然很小的小孩，可能就是老师要多用心一点。对啊，毕竟我不是学教育的，你们都是老师，那个了解的比我更多。那我在想，可能等到他们大一点，如果能够找到自己的兴趣，如果例如说。
Hello. Okay, give us a minute. Yeah, the line dropped. Got disconnected. Hello.
喂，
很抱歉，应该是我的问题，因为我上一次去菲律宾，我用那个 roaming 就是漫游啦，漫游以后回来，它一直都不是很正常。那没有关系，还是谢谢你啦哈，你跟我们提供了很多新的经验。这个又出了一点问题了。
Okay.
You say disconnected. Tell her and say thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, help me to change that.
Okay.
好了，那我们就他帮我打一下哈，我们就大概跟他的访问到这里结束哈，大概也用了将近30分钟，没有关系。那个其实我觉得英文很重要，我跟各位讲，英文非常重要。再跟各位强调一次，因为他讲的非常流利的英文哈，那他打回来了。他有打进来，各位有看到 ？Even say sorry for the interruption。没有关系，我们就继续我们的课程了哈。对 ，Thank you。
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you can continue.
Okay.
But there are 2 more questions before our interview. There are 2 more questions
Okay.
here.
Sure.
Okay, one is asking that.
Okay, we'll resume answering some of your questions. Okay.
How to choose the right song to improve English? Choose the right song.
Okay. So earlier I mentioned, okay, so depending on the topic that you're going to discuss in your class, so you can just do a Google search. Okay, so for most of the songs are actually organized into different thematic groupings or themes. So songs about family love or songs about money. If you have a discussion about, let us say, financial English, or you have a topic about money, okay? So songs about peace. Okay. So the decision whether or how to choose the appropriate song, number one, it depends on your topic. Okay, so it depends on your topic. Number two, it also depends on, so if you're really going to use it as a teacher, okay? Or you're going to use it generally to just improve English, choose songs that you think connects the best with the students. Okay, so choose songs based on, okay, what you know or your understanding of your students' age group. Okay, because students have different age groups. Okay, from elementary compared to high school students. And the reason why is we want to choose songs that will motivate the students. Okay, that will motivate the students. Um, if we're asking the question, how do we really determine what is a good quality song? It's a very subjective, difficult question to answer. Okay, um, you will have to be able to just review the song or songs that you want to use and determine whether it fits your goal as a teacher. But you see, sometimes it might be our goal as a teacher when we want to introduce, let us say, a song that is an old song, let us say. And we try to introduce a song that came out in the 1970s. And, it might be something that we like as a teacher, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, it's something that's catchy or it's motivating enough for the students. I think that's one of our challenges as a teacher right now, just being able to motivate our students. So just like what Yifen explained earlier, when she was in high school, she didn't like English. She didn't like English. Okay. So one of the things I have to deal with when I work with students, I really see a lot of students who are unmotivated. So students who are unmotivated. So I think we have to be able to choose songs that we think will motivate the students. And these are songs that, we have to understand now the subculture of, that particular group of students that we're working with, whether it's elementary or it's high school. So if it's high school, we need to understand what are the songs these students listen to. What are the English songs that they listen to? Who are the pop stars that they listen to? Okay, and then that's where we can begin.
Okay, so now you can go back to our today's topic in
Okay.
your slide.
Okay, yeah. So I hope that's we've been able to address most of the issues that you have. So today we're going to talk about reading and writing. Okay, so we're going to talk about reading and writing. Okay. Now, let me just make it bigger. So the title, okay, we're going to look at the different strategies. Okay, so approaches and strategies for reading comprehension and writing, and then I will introduce later on a learning app. Okay, that you can use for yourselves and even for your students. But this is let me just begin with a short outline. Okay, so this is how I'm going to go about with my presentation, my lecture for this afternoon. Okay, we're talking about reading comprehension. I want to just give everyone, okay, a background, an introduction, okay, an introduction to the psychology of reading comprehension. I hope to be able to explain what actually goes on in our mind. Okay, how do we process the information? Okay, so I want to lay that down as a foundation so that you can understand the psychological basis of how we use language, how we develop our English language acquisition. And the next is, after that foundation, I will go to talking about the different reading comprehension strategies. So these are the strategies that were identified by Melissa. Okay, the article that I shared with you. Okay, so there's this article that we'll talk about. Okay, And then I will explain how you can use a learning app called Read Theory. Okay, so Read Theory is an app that I use for my own children. I homeschool my children. So for 5 years now, I've been homeschooling my children. I use this app, and I also use this app for my own students. Okay, so this is the structure of my presentation. So I'll be laying down the foundation of the psychology of reading comprehension. I'm getting ideas from this particular book by Paula Schwanenflugel and Nancy Knapp. Okay, so these are my this is my main resource, okay, psychology of reading. Now, there are different models. Okay, there are different models to explain, reading comprehension, okay, as a phenomenon. But one model that I'm going to use is what's called the information processing perspective. Okay? And in this first perspective, so we're talking about a psychological perspective as to how we learn, how we process information. So you see their computers. Okay? So as a model, it's not a perfect, take note, it's a model. It's not a perfect way to describe human learning. It's not a perfect model to describe, psychological processes related to reading comprehension. But it more or less makes it easier for us to just understand reading comprehension. I think if we are individuals, okay, I think some of us are using this kind of computer, or some of us are this kind of computer, others are this kind of computer, and others who are able to think faster, younger, faster, they can process information much faster, are more like this kind of computer. Okay, so try to see which one you are. Okay, so sometimes I feel like I'm this kind of computer. Okay, I'm a slower kind of computer. Okay, it takes me a longer time to process information. Okay, so in this particular perspective, it compares us people to computers, and it compares how we're able to just store information, okay, in the way that a computer, okay, enables the storage of information. Okay, so this is the information processing perspective. Okay, so what happens is, okay, in the psychology of reading, okay, and then when we talk about comprehension, so you have your environmental input. So when we talk about computers, there's the input, processing, and then output. Okay, so that's like the simplistic framework, input, processing, output. Okay, so in applying this kind of simplistic model, okay, in the multi-store model, okay, so this was adapted from Atkinson and Schifrin. Okay, we have our environmental input. So this is the information that's given to us. It can be, in the form of materials that we actually study on purpose. So we study, or simply environmental input, anything that's in our environment that stimulates us. Okay, so from this particular input, okay, we place our attention. So there's this process of attention. Okay, we don't really, in a sense, we don't really pay attention to all of the information that's in our environment. And there's a reason for that, because if, let us say, I will use the analogy, if we were like a video camera, imagine for a moment, if we were like a video camera recording everything that's input, okay, recording everything that is visible in front of the camera, then, in our experience, okay, the video camera, even if you have a very big HD, drive, okay, for the camera, it will get overloaded. There will just be too much information stored, just too much information that will be stored in the camera. And at one point, it will stop, okay? It will stop recording. Okay, so take note of that, okay? And so this phenomenon of attention, okay, the attention that we put on what kind of information we let in is very important, because it will connect now to the motivation that people have. Okay, so the motivation that people have. Okay, so I want you, okay, I want you to just look at this foundation. Okay, so there's a short-term memory and a long-term memory. Okay, now let me just go through this very quickly, and then I will talk about the strategies, okay, the actual strategies. You see here a slide. These are neural connections. Okay, so I'm pointing this out because there's a biopsychological basis. The more information we process, the more there are those neural connections. Okay, there will be more neural connections. So this is the neural connections in the brain of a newborn up to going to adult level. So as we have those different information, okay, so just like a computer, our brain is processing the information and making as much, okay, or as many neural connections. So language development is, our understanding of language development comes from, okay, first, a general understanding of, what's normal, okay, the general population. But I also want to point out, we also know how we're able to store information in our brain, okay, because of the people who have some kind of a disease or disability. So these individuals, they give us some lessons, okay, because there's some people, they at one point in their life, they can normally just talk and read. But then they suffer from an accident or a stroke. And then after the accident or stroke, because a damage happened in a certain part of their brain, then suddenly they're not able to comprehend. Okay, they're not able to comprehend reading materials. So we learn from these cases, okay, that reading is a biopsychological process. And then the third I wanted to point out is there are these feral children. Okay, there are these feral children. When I say feral children, okay, you can look it up on YouTube. There are those children who've been put in an environment wherein they are not with human beings. They're with animals, or even they're isolated. So believe it or not, there are a number of cases what's called feral children. Okay. Now, before I go to the strategies, just quickly, I will show you a video of feral children. Okay, so this is just a quick video.
Oksana Malaya began her life living with dogs. Rejected by her mother and father, she somehow survived for 6 years, living wild, before being taken into care. There are few cases of feral children who have been able to fully compensate for the neglect they suffered. Oksana is now 22, but her future still hangs in the balance. Have scientists learned enough from previous cases to rehabilitate her? For 6 years, Oksana Malaya spent her life living in a kennel with dogs. Totally abandoned by her mother and father, she was discovered behaving more like an animal.
Okay, I will let you just check the link by yourselves. Okay, so you'll see there. Just type feral children. Okay, so type feral children. So what you saw in the video is someone, believe it or not, and there are these cases of people, okay, who are not able to talk, or they bark like animals because of the kind of input, environmental input that they have. Okay, so if you watch the video, wow, it's amazing how, she can just move like a dog or just bark like a dog. Okay, so that's a foundation. Okay, so that's the multi-store model. Again, I emphasize, okay, memory is key, okay, and how memory connects to attention. Okay. So when we look at the different reading strategies, okay, I want you to take note of, okay, these are just some metaphors of, vocabulary word learning, okay. My Chinese might be like this, okay, because I don't really get to practice Chinese so much, but my English might be like this, okay. On the other hand, as far as, your English might be like this, but your Chinese is like this. So I need you to have an understanding of, a conceptual, memory system. Okay, the concept of a memory system in our brains. Okay, and this is where we store, the information. Okay, whether whichever language that we're studying. And so you see here also, when we talk about strategies, sometimes we tend to, okay, we're not on purpose, but sometimes we tend to just pour too much information. We pour too much information into our students' cup. And when we do that, the students are not able to absorb anymore, okay, because of so much information. So these are things that we were not on purpose, okay, but these are some phenomenon that we have to deal with, okay. Now, in the article, okay, so in the article, the strategies, I hope you've been able to I hope you've been able to look at the article, okay. So I hope you've been able to read the article for today. Okay. Now I will just rush through it. Okay. So you see here the different strategies. It's very important that we, as much as possible, are not just passive. Okay, passively, using the materials as we learn English. I always tell students, generate questions. So the very first is to generate questions. So meaning one mistake, students, I think often make is they just go to the article, they just read the article, okay? So they don't begin by thinking of questions. So one strategy is to teach students to generate questions. And these are very basic questions. Who, what, where, when, why. Okay? Because when you formulate and you have a clear understanding of those questions in mind, who, what, where, when, why. So, who are the people in this article that you are going to read? What is the article about? What are the places named? When you read the article, you're actually engaged, you're more active, okay? You're trying to look for an answer. So you're not just making your eyes, move, go through the article. You're looking for answers. So when you begin by generating questions, when you look at and read the article, you're looking for answers to answer the questions. Okay. Number two, read aloud and monitor. Okay. So when you read aloud and monitor, take note, read aloud. Why? Because like what I said, when you use more, processes, okay. Let us say, when we talked about singing the last time, when you sing, okay, you activate more parts of your brain. The same thing happens when you're reading. Don't think of it as just silent reading. It's not just silent reading. okay? You have to make the students read aloud because they have to be able to produce the correct sounds, to produce the correct pronunciation, okay? More muscles are activated, more neurons, okay? Parts of the brain that are activated when you read aloud. And in the process also, the teacher gets to correct the students, okay? You get to monitor whether the students are able to pronounce the words correctly, okay? Third is promote cooperative talk. We are trying to move away from the teacher as the main source of information, okay? So most of the time we see our role as, the one always talking, explaining the vocabulary words, explaining the, explaining the article, okay? But part of the strategy is to make sure, that the students as peers, okay? As peers, they get to talk among themselves. That the students, they get to answer the questions that they have generated. So we need to promote cooperative talk among the students, okay? Because when we promote cooperative talk, it gives the students a chance to just, express themselves, express what they're thinking. Okay, so we want this to happen as often as possible. Okay, number 5, take notes or annotate texts. When we say take notes, again, we want our students to interact with the reading material. I always feel happy when I see a book, okay, that's, it looks dirty in the sense that, the book has so many writings, as long as they're not drawings, okay? So meaning that the students actually translated the words. The students wrote down ideas on their book. Encourage them to write as much as they can. Okay, because when they write, this is output. So just like, number 3, cooperative talk, okay, it's an output. Okay, so the more outputs that we have, the better, because we make the students more active learners, not just passively making their eyes move across the text. Okay, so I missed number 4, attention to text structure. When we say text structure, in the article, okay, of Kelly, structure can involve or include, okay, the pictures that you will see. Okay, if there are any pictures in the text, how are, the pictures and text arranged? So pay attention to these details, subheadings even. So, there are books, articles wherein paragraphs are organized according to headings and subheadings. So when students pay attention to these headings and subheadings, they get to understand, oh, there's this heading, and then the paragraph that follows, these are the ideas. And so, these ideas can be characterized under this particular subheading. Okay, so text structure, okay, the kind of headings, subheadings, and even pictures. What pictures do you see? Okay, the more connections that students can make, we're trying to connect, okay, make as many connections. The more connections that are made, okay, we're forming a schema. Okay, so what happens is the students, okay, their understanding of certain words or ideas, it becomes broader, okay, because they make those different connections. Okay, so number 6, when we talk about context clues, we teach our students, okay, to be able to just determine, okay, what are some clues that they can find in the text. Okay, so for example, okay, when we talk about context clues, okay, context can mean also, what are the affixes? Okay, root word. Okay, what are you might have the word, a particular word. How is the word used in the sentence? Okay, so how is a particular word used in the sentence? And in that particular sentence, if the students can, just determine which word, okay, which word gave it away, which word did they use as a clue? Okay, so you want to break down, sentences or phrases that are being studied in the reading, and for the students to be sensitive to different clues. Okay, so for sentences, not just words in the sentences, but even certain logic, okay, in the arrangement of the sentences. Okay, and then the next is graphic organizers. Okay, so it's useful. Okay, remember I said we form like a web. Okay, so one word, let us say the word beautiful. Okay, so we can have the word beautiful. Okay, let me use the slide. And the word beautiful, we encourage students to form a network. So there's this word beautiful. Okay, so students can identify, okay, what are other words, okay, that might relate to beautiful. Okay, if they can think of, okay, other words such as pretty, okay, or beauty. So think of, okay, ways to just organize, okay, and even to make it graphically, meaning visually, okay, organized, so that they can see like a web of connections. Okay, so keyword is a web of connections. And then practice PQFR. So this is preview, question, read, reflect, recite, and review. So this is a particular strategy wherein students preview, and then it's they develop those questions, they read the material, and then they reflect, they recite, read aloud, and then read again. So it's like an SOP. So we teach students to have some kind of like a standard operating procedure, an SOP, so that whenever they encounter a text, this is what they're going to do. The PQ or R. Okay, so it's going to be a routine. Okay, so we teach them this particular routine. And then number 9, summarizing. It would be good to always ask the students to verbally, not just to focus on vocabulary words, individual vocabulary words, but to summarize, okay, an article, okay, to summarize, whether to summarize it, okay, by speaking and summarizing by writing. So as a strategy, if we can make this as part of the SOP, every time they study an article, they will do a summary. Okay, so it will just train them. Okay, it will just keep on exercising their mind to just comprehend, okay, the material that they're studying. And then lastly is to monitor understanding. So you monitor understanding as the teacher by way of asking students questions and then giving different kinds of evaluations. Okay, so these are the 10 strategies. Okay, so I'm sorry if I'm rushing because our time, we have to do something at 3:30. Okay, you have the raffle soon. Okay, so I'm really sorry if I'm rushing everything, but let me go to the last part. Okay, which is read theory. So I think in the Google Classroom, this particular website was shared. So I encourage you, like what I said, I use this, okay, for my own children and my students. So it's called Read Theory, okay? It's a free system. You can create a free account. And how does it work? What is Read Theory like? Imagine, endless supply of reading materials, Okay, so you have endless supply of reading materials. You don't need anymore. You don't need to depend on your studio classroom magazine or some other book. Okay, so students can just independently. Okay, students can just independently, just read, and at the same time, the system you will see here, students read the article, and then they will be asked questions. And the questions, these are questions related to comprehension, questions related to vocabulary, word usage, questions related to even grammar. Okay, so we as teachers, we don't have to prepare anymore, the reading materials, okay, and make a test. So this system does it. Okay, so it has thousands of reading materials. Okay, thousands of reading materials. So students read the article, okay, and then they take a quiz. And then after they take a quiz, the quiz will give them a score so that you know how you did in the quiz. It will also point out if you made mistakes. It will also point out the mistakes that you did. Okay, so it automates many things. Okay, do create an account. Okay, so please, go to Read Theory, and then you will just see there, sign up. Okay, so sign up for a new account. You have their student, teacher, parent. If you're going to use it for yourself, please practice. Okay, try the system for yourself. Then create a student account for yourself. Okay, so it's a free account. Eventually, if you want to use it for your class, okay, for your students, and even as a parent, then you can create a teacher and a parent account, and then your children or your students create a student account. Okay, the teacher and parent account is more for monitoring. Okay, the student account has the exercises, the reading materials, and the exercises. Okay, now what will you see if you have a teacher or parent account? Okay, you will see metrics. So for example, my students, I get to see my students in my class. Every time I meet my students, I give them 10 minutes. Okay, just 10 minutes to work on Read Theory. Okay, and then after one semester, so this is after one semester, almost around 18 weeks, my students, this particular student has done 111 quizzes, passed 72 quizzes. Okay, so I get to see metrics. So when the student started, okay, the student was at the grade 3 level. Okay, at the grade 3 level. As of now, okay, the student is at the grade 4.5 level. So there's some sign of improvement. So this is a US based system. Okay, so it's from grade 1 to grade 12. So grade 1 to grade 12. Okay, if I had more time, I could elaborate on the technical, the more technical aspects of the metrics. Okay, but see it as when you begin. Okay, when you start as a student, you will take a diagnostic test. The diagnostic test will place you. Okay, the diagnostic test will place you at a certain grade level. So for example, when my student took the initial diagnostic test, the student was put at grade 3. Okay, so the student was put at grade 3. So after a semester of practicing, okay, so the student now is, somewhere beyond 4th grade level. Okay, so this is, US 4th grade level. Okay, so you get to see those metrics if you have the teacher-parent account. So those metrics are available if you have the teacher and parent account. Okay, but what I like about it is, the students can independently just keep on reading. Okay, they can just keep on reading, and you can monitor the reading. You can try to find out, through the metrics of the system, you can try to find out which areas are they struggling in. Okay, so that system provides that. Okay, so I'll end here. I'm sorry if I overshot the time. Okay, I'll be very happy if you have questions, okay, to ask. So thank you very much.
好 ，Thank you very much.
Thank you.
然后我们要开始进行抽奖的时间。那我发现今天的荧幕转过去好像有一点慢，转过去的时间差不多不止30-40秒，好像荧幕现在你们的荧幕有在动吗？好，如果你有听到我的声音，请打 yes。如果各位有听到我的声音，请打 yes。好，那我们现在要开始抽奖了哈。要开始抽奖，请各位要去我们这一周的问题那里哦哈，要去我们这一周的问题，我们要去这一周的问题，各位看到荧幕哦哈。好，各位都有听到我的声音了哈，把这个拿下来，然后我们的抽奖在这里嘛哈，有奖征答，有奖征答，等一下我必须要稍微找一下。有奖征答。好，这是我们这一周的有奖征答，应该是在这里。哦。这是我们这一周的有奖征答，然后各位如果要这个不是有奖征答，我得看有奖征答可能在上面。有奖征答，打一下，各位快点去回答我们的问题哦。好像我有填，我刚才有打在这里，我刚才有打在这里。这个地方，我刚才没有贴出来哈。好，有奖征答，我再找一次哦。有奖征答，今天可能会晚了一点，我一直提醒他快一点结束，因为我们今天多加了一个行程进来。但我觉得，因为他英文讲得很好，所以我希望各位能够。有奖征答，1、2、3的打各位快点去回应问题。征答的打2声打，哎 ，OK， 下去应该有奖征答在这里看更多。好，那第5周的有奖征答，各位应该有看到了哈，第5周的有奖征答在这里，好然后各位要填问题就在这个地方嘛，对不对？填问题在这个地方，好，就把这个填完了哦，哈，填完了，然后好，那各位要在这10个 strategy 里面选5个，选5个。那我再回来回应一些的问题。那在这个地方有人问了在这个地方有人问说要看课程影音要怎么看。有人在问说看，各位快点去回答我好像有把那个抽奖的网址写在这里嘛，这是点一下就会进到我们有奖征答了，你点这里就有了。这个题目就是要，好，各位点那一个就会看到一个有奖征答了点那个右边那个链接，我刚才有点了。然后今天有人问说。我们的课程我再说明一下，我一定要说明一下。各位进来以后各位进到我们的课程以后，上面这里有一门精心为你设计的课程地图，好像画面都没有在跑，是不是？各位回应一下，画面有在跑了，画面现在才在跑。那这是我们的课程，那我们的课程里面左边是我们的 FB 社群，左边是 FB 社群。 然后现在我们正在直播，这里我们有8次直播。那点进这里中间有 Google Classroom， 你一定要进入 Google Classroom， 务必要进入 Google Classroom。那进入 Google Classroom， 请各位看一个叫做课程影音，好像在第2个。那第3个好像是课程作业，因为这个我当初在规划的时候，跟原来规划的那个次序有一点不一样。那在课程影音，请各位一定要申请 ED Puzzle 去看影音。ED Puzzle 看影音。那一位学员可能就是没有那个 ED Puzzle 在 FB 里面都有讲，请你进去看，一定可以进去的。如果你申请那个 ED Puzzle 不容易，用手机申请，用手机申请比较容易。请看我们的课程内容，我再讲一次，在 FB 里面都讲得非常清楚。因为那你要先申请 ED Puzzle， 然后看完影音以后，它才会累积你的时数，然后再来就是我们的课程作业是要各位依照我们每个礼拜贴上去的课文把它念一次，念完了以后，因为是用 Google Doc 念，再把你念完的文章寄回来。那其实你可以，如果你真的懒得念，因为应该不会100%正确啦。这个100%正确只有种情形，就是你把它改了嘛，你念错，我们念中文文字也会不对的，所以不要因为他不是很认识你的声音就泄气。这样各位知道。好，我们要开始开讲了。有在听到我声音的请打一下，我们最后做一次 final check， 有听到我的声音请打 OK。对，有人帮我们回答了，有人帮我们回答，一定要，我们这个课程只要求各位2样东西。那至于今天这个都是你可以再回来看我们的课程。谢谢你们大家都有听到了。那我们现在就要开始来抽奖了抽奖了。我这里监控的萤幕它事实上赶得很晚，萤幕还在，我这个差的时间应该不止1-2分钟。好。那显然各位都有听到我的声音，也看到我们的萤幕了。好，然后再来呢，我再把它 refresh 一次。好，我要继续了我要继续了对，其实不会很难啦。那我跟各位讲，你一定要是，我们最后会有一个调查，各位会有一个调查，应该很快这个礼拜就做好了。各位一定要填那个调查表，一定要去填那调查表，我们根据那个调查表去帮你做你的那个结业证书。那我们的结业证书会有6个老师的签名，我们做得很漂亮会用电子寄给各位，所以各位一定要记得一定要去阅读我们的资料，因为有些人都没有阅读，然后他没有收到那个证书以后又来要了，然后我们实在没有，因为我们这个没有专属的人来帮我们做这一些事情。好，开始了我们现在时间是45分了。各位可以看我这边我看了多少回答问题了开始了在这个地方，然后今天的有奖征答，我们来看看有几个人回答。等我一下我现在再去阅读你们读进来的资料了。现在时间是3点46分，我们一般都会在4点以前一定可以结束。好，那我要进入我们的 Google Form 了，进入了 Google Form。 OK， 进来了，进来了，我进入我的 Google Form， 我的 Google Form 在这里。好，有了。各位可以快点去填资料哈，这段时间刚好给各位去填资料。那今天的 Google Form 是这一个，然后我们看今天的回答人数，各位看你得奖。今天我们要抽5个得奖者。哦，这么多人，我也不知道下面有几个。然后就把这个档案呢，先存到桌面进来，档案先存到桌面进来。好，它已经下载了，下载了以后这样我才好做事。各位看到我们了哈，然后它下载档案在这里，然后是这一周第5周得奖的资料 ，Ctrl C 有回应的资料，我把它放到桌面来。好，它到桌面来以后，我要把它开启，开启这个档案。现在时间3点48分，我们要抽5个奖，然后在这里以后我要编辑，编辑以后应该没有重复的啦，因为我们有几次都有做，38个人。好，那38的话，我们就假设没有重复啦哈，这样可以节省时间。相信每一个人哦，还是有2个重复的呢，我们还是要再做那个一下，做一次那个。好，然后我从这里把它复制起来。哎，我想一想，从这里好了，到这里。OK， 王博芬的复制起来 ，Ctrl C。好，然后贴在这个地方，都在这个地方。然后我要把它，哎，我应该再下加一行，再下加一行。好，它已经加入了。比如说这是 name。很快哦，各位 NAME， 这是 name， 然后这是 count，COUNT， 然后这里1，这样就是每一个人都是一个加权了哈，就重复的话它不会有，让你有多机会。好，然后加权以后呢，我们就把这一个列下来，我点这个好了，然后再点这一个。好，那怎么做呢？它在这个登录这个地方按一下枢纽分析表，再按这里，然后把这2个勾起来。这个很多人都会，然后它这里就有，我可以再往左移。好，那这个就是我们今天得奖的名单了，在这里。它这个不会有重复的 ，Ctrl C， 我们再增加一张表单。好，那我这里要把它的号码打进去，这是1号，这是2号，哦，这是1号，这是2号。好，那总共现在有31个，所以各位抽奖的机会、得奖机会很大，31个。我们现在来抽几号得奖，哦，几号得奖？那1到31，我们要先重新排序一次，要把号码重新排序一次。那重新排序应该是在这里，我有写一个程式，各位等我一下哦，希望能够快一点。我有写一个程式，在这个英语这里，数位双语，这是我用 Python 写的程式。温老师程式能力很强啊，远超过你的那个吼。你的认知，因为我都是在讲，这个时候它会产生一个那个，我把它复制起来 ，Ctrl C 放到桌面来。好，那这个就是说我们要产生，我现在就把它 run Python 了，把 Python 里面 file 去呼叫桌面的程式 open， 桌面的程式在桌面这里，它有乱数产生这一个程式，乱数产生这一个。好吧，那程式它就会跑了。好，那我要把它 run 的话，因为今天人数，我要再看一下今天人数有几人，我要先知道。今天人数31个人，31哈。 所以我这里就要把它写31。各位看到我这边写31。好，那下面就是已经乱数乱过的，它1到31已经乱过了，1到31乱过，把它复制下来 ，Ctrl C， 然后回到这里。Do you know what I'm doing now?
Yeah,
making a random number to fix to the given number. 好，我们要抽到讲师不是根据右边这个，因为右边的都是笔画少的人在这边，这个已经重新排序过了，我也可以把它重新排序一次。各位看到我在这边按这一个，然后它在这里资料里面，它有一个可以排序的，由小到大，我说 yes。好，这个就是我们按照排序的了。好啊，这个不要管它。现在就是这个是我们刚才的号码。好，我们要产生31个，然后就用这个程式来产生了。今天得奖机会很大。我们先抽4个葵花油奖，我们再想办法把葵花油送到你那里。怎么送？我再想个办法想个办法送给你。然后我们要产生那个 random number 哦，今天大概有1/6的机会，今天机会比较大。我告诉各位，我都知道了因为我教数位学习教很久了，要叫各位坐在那里听一个不是很熟悉的英文的语言，其实半个小时就受不了了，不要说2个小时。所以我们这个有一点点是在硬撑，你知道吗？那如果你是回头再来看的时候，压力不会那么大啊。现在上课在听，压力是很大的。好，那我们现在就开始 run 了，在数位双语里面，他们有一个 random number。好，我跟各位介绍一下，不是每一个人都上来过。我先介绍一个，这一次是假的哦。我这里打31，号码把它写31，它就会产生一个 random number， 1到31。31，然后这一次是假的，我再讲一次，这一次是假的，它就会产生一个乱数。好，30号，我们不管30号是谁，我们重来了，现在是真的哦请各位帮忙我打一下我会打在这里。今天得奖的号码 ，OK，you get 4 of your prize first. Your prize is sunflower， 像葵花油啦，葵花油，这是进口葵花油哦，这进口葵花油，这个是我告诉你这个很贵，我只能告诉你那个很贵。好，那我们现在就开始了哦。So the first one to get 1 bottle of the sunflower oil. Okay, you just click here.
Click here.
Yes. Okay, number 1. Time. OK， 号码出来了。3号，好像上一次有3号，3号，好 ，OK，2。我不能先打，因为你们那边还在跑，我不能先打，我要看到你们号码才可以。好 ，OK，So 那么他1号，我这边不能打，他那个1号，好。Okay, then you can continue. Okay, 8. 我今天都小号码8. So wait. I got to waiting for this number out. Then key in the number.
You keyed in 1.
Okay, 1318.
Okay, 318. Okay, the last.
Okay, the last one for the sunflower oil. 28. 28. 好，最后呢，我们要给大奖了。最后我们要给那个大奖，大奖就是那个什么？大奖就是那个。我们的 show them that one。这个是大奖。
Let me show first the. Okay, so earlier the 4 people.
那4个人可以得到这个，每人有1瓶这个，这是进口葵花油，进口的哦。好，然后再来，今天现在要抽的奖是这一个，我尽量鼓励大家来听尽量鼓励大家来听，没有关系，下礼拜看能不能再加码。其实这个平板电脑超漂亮，我告诉你刚才在坐位置的时候，我又去某某台买了一个这个，我一天到晚都在买这个3C 的产品我都买来玩了。我家平板大概会超过15个了，手机大概也超过10个了，我都买来玩的。好，最后咯 ，the last one， the last number for the tablet PC。OK, go。最后了。
Oh.
Congratulations， 14号。 14。我不能打，我要等那个这个号码出来以后，因为我们这边有一个 time delay， 因为打上去你马上看到，但是左边好14哦，好14号是德平板，我一定要把它写好。Tablet PC。OK，
Congratulations.
OK， 好，那个我现在要记起来号码要公布了哈，31828还有14号，那我们就看这张纸了哈，请各位看一下，在这里28号以前，31828，看最左边的号码哦，你们都看到了。看这一个号码，要看这一个号码，不是看里面这个哦，要看第一排 A 这个号码，因为有人说要重新排过一次，所以这是第一次的，我们要看这个号码。1号是施文启，3号是黄顺民，8号是，我不能念错，这一个，这个是 Excel 的号码，我们要看这个8号是黄立满，然后28号是这一个，我不能一定错哦。1号是施文琪，3号是黄顺民，还有8号是黄立满。有没有？You can make a color here.
Okay, let me.
You know, or the background color.
I'll copy and paste.
Look like we can get a background color here. This one.
Yep, that one.
And then number 3 is this one. Background color. 这是得奖者，然后8号是这一个 ，then 28. This one,
yes.
叶芳娟，恭喜你们哦。然后最后14号是这一位
We're missing one more person for the
，1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Yes, this is for the sunflower oil.
1,
2, 3, 4.
3, 1, 3,
8, 28.
Okay,
that's correct.
Okay.
And the last one is number 14 for this one.
Okay, let's change the color.
She changed the color. Okay, should be somewhere here and change the color to how about this one?
Okay.
好，我用立体的。好，恭喜你了，这4位得奖的人。然后我会写信给你们。现在时间刚好4点钟，我们真的要结束了。那希望各位，我们下礼拜又换一位，也是美国来的，他在中央大学拿到硕士学位，好像正在念博士学位。然后他是从业界来的。然后最后一位是我们高师大的教授，外籍教授。那我们还有3次。我知道各位都有在听，我知道各位都有在听。然后我们现在要那个，对，我们忘了做一个通关密语哦，嘿，请这4位学员在线上打一下通关密语。我得奖了，快点，这4位，这5位，请一定要在线上写我得奖了，要不然我们这个得奖就失效了哦。I am number 8， 得写一下中文名称，写一下中文名称。这5位得奖者，请你们在回应上，在网络下我得奖了，快一点，然后写一下你中文名字。
After there.
8号是谁？8号是，这是得奖者，你们一定要回应，好不好？14号，对，写一下中文，对，我们一定要等到我们结束，没有不能说我们怕他就是挂在那里，就要参加我们的课程。14号严秀满有了哈，联梦就是秀满，立满，好，还有文启、顺民、方军，立满8号立满，还有文启有了，那个葵花籽油那个很贵，好，还有是谁？3号，他在协助我们。文启有了哈，顺民，黄顺民，最后一次扣黄顺民，我一定要确定，要不然我们下礼拜再把它拿出来抽。请各位得奖者在上面打上你的名字， 当为通关密语。还有陈芳、叶芳君、叶芳君。好，我再最后扣一次哈，时间多了一点点了。得到平板电脑的是14号严秀娟。可是秀娟哦，有了，秀娟，请你回应一下好不好？严秀娟，哎，今天得奖的好像没有在线上哦。
Are they all there? Or someone's
黄
missing?
顺明，好像我这样子有一点麻烦，这样有一点麻烦。好，对不起，我们多待了几个时间。叶方君28号，你要打一下是我，请你打一下我得奖好。因为我们怕各位就挂在那里了哈，所以我们希望有参加课程的来得奖，所以我现在有一点乱掉呢。
So who is missing?
I think 2 is missing. 严秀娟，请回应。好，严秀娟回应了，严秀娟得奖了哈，确定了，这个平板出去了。然后再来施文琪回应了2个，黄顺敏好像没有哦，黄顺敏好像没有，我们这个保留好不好？很抱歉，我们这个保留哦嘿。黄顺敏我们保留哦嘿，因为我们游戏规则是这样，就跟着游戏规则走。黄丽满
We'll choose someone else.
黄丽满有吗？秀娟，丽满，我得奖了，好，丽满有了。
So
剩下一个就是黄顺敏，还有叶芳娟。芳君有了吗？叶有了 ，Silvia。你要写我得奖了，我们才不会乱掉。现在有2个人没有出来，2个人没有得出来。
who's not around?
这黄顺敏 ，this one number 3 and also for number 28. 28 looks here. 叶芳君有没有？叶芳君应该是有。那个 Olivia 可能是叶芳君，所以现在少了1个人，一个人没有得奖。我们现在马上抽，才不会产生困扰，好不好？我最后一次再呼叫一下，那个黄顺敏在线上吗？
We'll choose someone else.
黄顺敏在线上吗？最后了，现在时间4点05分。好，我们把叶芳君有了。
The person's there?
I'm not sure is that her or not. Yeah, Olivia 有了。你要不要打我是叶芳君，好不好？这样就好了。好，只有黄顺敏，我们要不要再抽一次？我们现在就抽了啊！嘿，最后给大家一个机会，就是3号我们重抽哦，嘿，3号重抽，好不好？3号重抽哦，3号重抽，我们要重抽了哦。
We'll change.
好，那我们就重抽。We got to get one more.
Okay.
然后你们抽到以后，马上就回应一下。
We're removing which number?
Moving out the number 3.
Number 3. Okay.
Take that out. 我们要重抽了。
Okay. No more. Okay.
Okay, here.
This one.
You just click this one
Okay.
for you. 我们要重抽了，好，决定重抽。
Dun, dun.
30号，那30号是这一位。30号我们来看一下哦。30号是在这里，洪玉婷，玉婷，请打一下，我是洪玉婷就好了。洪玉婷，我们在等你呢，你的出来，我们这课程就要结束了。洪玉婷
Is a person? No.
，It should be a lady。洪玉婷，
Yes. No.
洪玉婷，因为我告诉各位了哈，有时候听那个英文哈，有时候听那个英文，但是听久了哦，没有听得很懂。如果完全听懂就没有王淑慧、洪玉婷没有出来呢。我们先把这一瓶就保留了，好，黄顺明跟洪玉婷，我们加码在下一个礼拜好了。好，那洪玉婷如果等一下没有出来，我们就等于是放弃咯，嘿，因为他现在不在线上，不然给我好了。好，我们留到下礼拜好了，保留了，下周好，大家都同意哈。我们今天还有一瓶保留在下一周，下一周我再加码拿一个奖品给各位，好，因为今天奖品比较多，是下一个礼拜也有奖品，很不好意思，哈哈，没离开，再抽，没有，我万一他跑出来了，我会亏很大。好，我们现在跑出来没有用了哈，我想要按照我们的那个游戏规则来玩了哈，游戏规则来玩。今天得奖的就是，黄顺明没有啊，然后那个洪玉婷也没有哈，他们大概有的话，他要打我是洪玉婷，我得奖的这样哈，下周的比较好玩。哦，没有，不能送老师，不能送老师。好，谢谢各位，我们要 say bye bye，we have to say goodbye and also big hands for Professor Jan.
Okay, thank you very much.
You spend more than 4 hours to accompany with us and deliver the lecture for you.
Thank you.
好，拜拜，各位再见，拜拜。我也把投影片再贴上来哈，谢谢，拜拜。
Thank you.
Here, Captain of the mission here.